at this news, for me, it's clear. It's not China winning the race of this technology. It's the idiotic decisions and delays from United States, allowing others to win in blockchain technology. They are lagging themselves. Now, that's the long run drama which we have to watch. But currently, we have something for the day. And yes, it has the potential to shake the market in terms of emotions. But there is a catch inside this. It may not impact the market like you think. There would be an impact, but it would be a little bit different than you think. Now, this one from IMF shows you the light. Whether it's at the end of a tunnel or a cave, that's completely up to you and where you are right now. But the light can be seen. What if it's playing out and some central banks have to make a digital currency they reserve, but they can't create their own digital currency like this? Because now with Flare network, the revolution will be shown to all. All the central banks are watching this one right now. Why? Because Ripple is working with 40 to 50 central banks. Yes, they had a drawback. They didn't have the ability of smart contracts. But right now, with Flare, it is happening. So with Flare, there are options which were not happening before, which will be happening soon in the XRP ledger. So if you are in, you are in. If you are not, you're not actually going to change anything for you. But the long run question for a asset of the decade will still be there once you miss the opportunity. It's going to change the way you use your money and your capital to make profit. So at the end of the day, the question is, have you arranged your portfolio for this change of the decade, or are you still trading your portfolio for short changes? And if you are doing these short fluctuations in the market, do you actually do that correctly? Do you get profited most of the time, or do you go towards the negative side, that's the losses from these trades, or break even? When you enter a trade, the price goes down, so you're waiting, at least I'll break even when it comes to the upside. Do you trade like that, or do you actually make profit? Do you anticipate the market is going to do this? Welcome to the Scientific Investor family, where we discuss crypto and science behind investing regularly. When I ask you, do you anticipate, say for example, this is a pattern which Dot showed you. That was kind of a reaccumulation phase on a shorter time frame. Now, it's not only one or two stuff which you have to look at. You have to look at multiple factors which comes inside, say the RSI, MACD and other stuffs showing. So here, back in Jan 10, as I highlighted, there is a chance for an 18% pump. And then you see this one. And I'm happy about this. Break of R1 actually signaled that pump. We reached that target. So the target is reached, but the price was still going a little bit upside. Now for me, if my target is reached, take the profit, stand outside, watch the market, reanalyze the market. Because the market is changing every day. This is not the crypto market which I'm showing you. This is the general trend where the youth are leading the change. Why that's important? Because the youth will change their investment strategies too. And that's what you are seeing in the crypto markets. Many are moving from gold, silver and other traditional assets into crypto. But it's not just like the real estate market. You have to understand this market is one of the most risky market. The asset whichever you are trading in crypto land, it's risky. So you need a proper strategy to set yourself in midterm or long term, depending upon what type of trader or an investor you are. Otherwise, you have a lot to lose instead of a lot to gain, because crypto is actually about the blockchain technology, but the asset side for investors or traders like us, it's the profit. It's that asymmetrical gain what brings us here. Now, you came here for that gain, and if you are going back with losses in your portfolio, that's not going to end well. You're putting money in, you should also take money out. For that, you need to take profit at a time, and you need to anticipate the market, whether it's in a shorter time frame or in a macro time frame. In a shorter time frame, yes, it's only 20%, but you still take that profit out. In the macro time frame, it will not be short-term gains. You will sit through the volatility 2 months, 3 months, and then take out 100, 200, 300% in profit. You want to decide what you want to do with your portfolio. The market is always changing. It's coming up with new type of updates, news, which can actually change the market, shake the market. Kind of everything which you can go through the past and say whether XRP is a security or not a security. There is a lot of different perspectives running now. But as of now, Ripple, the company, is not much reliant on that thing. They are working as usual. They are hiring as usual. They are expanding as usual. So that's not actually a small thing. It's the confidence of that company. You can see that level of confidence in Ripple, the company, which gives us a confidence that, they have a lot of XRP. It's not like they're going to make you money. It's like you invest in something which you believe. Why do people look at the portfolio of Warren Buffett and then consider those companies? There is a connection, right? You won't put your money in a basket where you don't want to lose it. So if they have accrued a huge amount, they know the utility phase will come in. That means the supply will be tiny, teeny comparing the demand. But yes, for the demand to rise, this regulatory uncertainty has to actually go away. But looking at these stuff, it really confuses me, because based on IMF, it's going to happen soon. It's really going to happen soon with many other countries. But for US, I doubt. You have guys like this who think I think they are working on this payment system from last 4 or 5 years. And this is what they have right now. What are they actually doing? Look at China, look at, Singapore, look at Switzerland and other countries. Say even smaller countries like Bahamas. If they can't learn from these countries, kick them out. Why, you have to pay your taxpayers money for these kind of stuffs. Anyway, let's get back to the technical analysis side. Go through different stuff. You see BTC at 38,000, 39,000. Wow, that's cool. Do understand there are patterns in that asset right now. If you go into Ether, you will watch the same. Now, whenever there is a rise in price, the psychology increases, emotions are high, people will go in. But always do understand, if it doesn't break the recent high and comes down, that is a lower low, highlighting a trend change is starting. Let it be in a 4-hour chart. That means a short to medium term change in trend. Still, that's a change in trend. If that's happening for 1 week to 5 weeks, your money will be stuck there. Now, if you're a long-term investor in that asset who believes in the asset, it's cool. Just hold on. This short-term volatility will not hit you. Now, when you go through different charts of XRP to see what is actually happening there. See, right now in XRP, this is the position. We are just below that long-standing support zone. Now we came back below that. So right now it's a resistance zone for us. Previously it was a support all the way back and towards the point we broke here in 2019. So right now we are at that end. Just the difference is here we were coming from the top, we were bouncing there, and then we came in and broke below. Right now we are below this. We were below this for a long time. We tried to break above, we came back. Now we are retesting that. So once you move above this resistance range or zone and then close above that, that would be say 0.33. A close above 0.33 on a daily, and then a small bounce from there initiates kind of this measured move from the bottom to here 100%. Say that would be the measured move there. So on a daily, when you come zoom in to just look at what's happening here, you see that the price is going down. Okay, the price reached the bottom. Then it created two bottoms, which is lower low, but in RSI terms, that's not like that. It showed you a divergence. And at the same time, you look at the volume in the market, the volume is going down. So many has, a different type of thinking than me, but if you look at the history, the charts, you understand when the volume is getting lower and the price action is reducing its volatility range, expect a breakout as soon as the volume comes in. What is an example? This is an example. The volume was going down, 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 and as soon as the volume started coming in, you see the pump there? Small pump, and then you know what happened. It started that rally in 2017. So the first wave happened there, and then it moved on. So right now you are getting that volume which is going down, 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 and as soon as the volume comes in, it's going to change the story. But the issue here with XRP is, even though we have a lot of different patterns, the confidence level in you, me, and others need to go up. Because it's not only the institutions as of now trading this asset, it's all of us. So if you are looking at this pattern which is evolving inside this asset, as I highlighted previously, you need a break, right? So to get that confirmation for this asset right now, you can keep this as the neckline for XRP here. See, this is the support resistance zone for that, and the moving average will also be in that resistance. So 0.3738, a break above that in a 4-hour chart gives you that idea that XRP is going to move to the upside again. So that's like a 100% pump. Now, if you are looking at this 100% pump here, you'll also have to understand that this pump is not only about that short-term fluctuation. It's also changing in the long run, right? This change which you're expecting here will give you that ultimate move out, which we just saw here. So if we are moving above 0.33, the case has changed. Now, here in this pattern, if we break above that, it's not only the short term actually changing. Yes, the short term changes, you get profit, but the long term scenario changes. So when I say take profits, you do have to consider this. If you are a long term guy, entering to say reduce your average or a better position like a buy the dip and hold, you don't have to take the profits because you are looking for this asset in the long run. You do understand there would be a correction after that pump. Say it goes above for 100%, then it should be correcting 30 to 40% and then going up. Now, that's how the market works generally. So many still ask, okay, then why can't we take the profit at the top and buy 30 or 40% lower? It's still a probability. That's why you always go with the probability of longer term direction. So in this one, it's shorter term direction, and this one is showing you the longer term direction. So if you really want to go with this one, the asset of the decade, you want to follow the gains in that without missing any pumps, then the way to do that is hold. Buy the dip, add on if you want to. Because when the fundamental is changing, everyone will be a little bit confused, stressed, a lot of stuff will be happening. In a shorter time frame, when you go look at the market, you can see same thing happening in a shorter scale here. See, the first wave up, came back down, went back up, down. Now put that here inside. Okay, I'll go back to a 4-hour chart so it will be clear for you. Now you see this one, that's at M or double top. Now you come here, you're getting something similar, M or a double top. Now for this double top to be confirmed, you need to break this line, which is the neckline there. Here also you got the first one like a wick, second like it went up, then it continued move and it came all the way below towards the target. So what you have to look at here on the negative side is that if we break below, we still have a 7% down. That means this pattern may still hold if it still breaks by that 7%. Now, if we bounce still here and go back up, that's a good story. But if we are going through consolidating, then this pattern is kind of getting invalid. So if it is getting invalidated, then you look at the charts and the current news. So the news can impact. Now, what about Tether, right? what are the news you are expecting? See, when you say there is a lot of manipulation in Tether, yes, we all agree about that. But a common misconception there is Tether is just printing whenever they want. It's not actually like that. Whenever a demand comes into the market, they need to fulfill those demands. Then they print it using their coin, right? If someone want to buy 1 million worth of BTC, say for example, majority would be doing that instead of XRP. So let's take BTC. They will print that USDT for that amount of Bitcoin and then give it to the guy who has the demand to buy that asset. So that's cool. Now, the only question here is they should be backing it up with that real asset. Here, it's USDT, right? So they have to actually balance it with that fiat. If they don't have that fiat currency in a 1:1 backing, then yes, there is a manipulation. But they are not changing the supply or the demand. They are internally manipulating themselves, showing that our reserves are full and there is no issue and we won't go broke. So if you are 1:1 with your assets, if any issues happen to another side, you can liquidate here and then fulfill that requirements. But what if it's not like that? It's kind of what we had previously, reserve banking, something similar. If banks can do, yeah, exchanges can also do. But the problem is bankers will push the governments and they won't allow this to happen in exchanges. So the reserve banking, I hope it's familiar for you. If it's not, then go back, take your time, read the book from Ray Dalio or listen to him. You'll understand that completely. Now, if that's the case, then it won't be affecting the market much because most of them would be already priced into the market. Now, you look at BTC or Ether, we actually went up, came back. When I saw the BTC in the morning, it was like 39,000 in some exchanges. And as you can see, it's still in negative in 7 days. So when you see that the price of this asset is going to the upside, you also have to understand there has been a correction, significant correction in last 7 days. So if you are looking for opportunity, you have to wait for that. Because when you see these green and you enter, you have to understand you already missed the initial pump because you didn't understand the chart at the initial stage. Whenever you see an opportunity in this one, go check the chart. Look at the short term, medium term and long term. So for example, generally, if we are looking at the BTC dominance right now, to understand where it is actually going, because that's really important in this time frame. When you are making this, say here BTC dominance is keeping a support line. It is still above that support line. So when we break that, we can expect a move towards the moving average. Otherwise, if the price is actually going to the upside and just breaking this resistance, then that's going to be a carnage for the alts again. Alts will slow down, some will go down. You have to look at the charts, understand the patterns and then play the game. And if you want support for that, you can always look at the Patreon. The link is given in the description. I would be doing same as I showed you for different assets. Now I'm not able to show you all the different assets because some of the opportunities are still running. So once you get in, you get all those information which you want for your portfolio, and then the general different crypto assets where there is an opportunity. Say you have 7 assets in your portfolio, but you can also see another 100 assets which has that potential. And if you understand that some of your assets inside your portfolio is not having that upside, you can always swap into different one which has that upside potential in the short term, medium term, long term. It's up to you, but I never suggest trading short term. It's up to you. You can do that, but it's risky. Already crypto is a risky asset class. Now why you want to go aggressive with a risky asset class? Be aggressive, but it should be defensively aggressive, not like foolishly aggressive. Think like an investor, act like an investor, then your trades will work fine. So guys, I hope you received value for your time, and if you really did receive that, please do support the channel, hit that like and subscribe button. If you want to extend your support, you can use PayPal or my XRP wallet address or get into the Patreon, which not only gives value for me, but 100 times X value for you. So bye for now.